Wagwan gang, back in this thing. And if you really gang, bang that like button. If you a Tazzy baddie and you good in every hood, bang that like button. Turn on the post notification, show love, get in the comments. If you don't like something, say something. If you like something, say something. Let's just talk. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear what y'all thinking. Today we talking about Drake. Again, I actually didn't cover the battle when it first like I was doing my daily, like, I'm not gonna call it a podcast, the Tasmania show last year, or whatever the year was, but around the Kendrick beef pause, I didn't like document everything for real. But so this is like technically my first time doing a video about Drake suing, but so Drake sues again. It's not like I'm doing a second video about him suing. This is my first time addressing it, but he's suing again. This has been one of the most interesting rap battles I've ever seen. I remember when I was young, I don't know if I was in South Carolina, I forgot how old I was, but I remember when I first heard Ether, right? I don't know, shout out to my mom, but she played it for me. My mom always made sure that she put me on the good music. She didn't censor stuff, so I could play Yolanda Adams, Open My Heart, and then I can go play Ether by Nas. It might sound crazy, but shout out to my mom for just, putting me on the great music. But yeah, I remember, for example, when I first heard Ether, and it was like, fuck Jay-Z. And I was like, what the hell? Like, it was something about the aggression in it that I really enjoyed. And, as time progressed, like growing up, I was watching Smack DVDs, Serious Jones, Murder Mook. Oh my gosh, like I'm drawing blanks right now. But I would always like watch rap battles growing up, Smack DVDs and everything. That was like a thing. And as rap progressed, we would see Drake go through different things where they said that on Stay Scheming, they said he apparently took shots at Common. I didn't know. Or that, he had sex with Wayne. I don't know if he had, well, pause, my bad. Wayne's baby mom, pause. I don't know of anything about that. But you know what's interesting about that? I don't see Wayne speaking up. Not that he's supposed to so much about it, but I don't know where Wayne and Drake is in this space. Like Young Money was running things at one point. Everybody would look at Wayne and just be like, yo, you got Nicki, you got Drake. It kind of felt like he was unstoppable at one point. Like he couldn't miss, like he was the radio. And as I think that he was about to graciously bow out on the song that in the tour that he was doing with Kendrick, when, with J. Cole, when they talked about the big three, Kendrick decided to make that announcement with Like That. And I think around that time, if y'all haven't, go back and watch my other video, which I forgot to mention that in the other video, at Rolling Loud, Travis Scott had I guess he had heard the Like That verse, and was egging on Metro Boomin to drop that. So it's like, in one breath, it's like drop the Meltdown verse, but then on the other side, you're doing this and that. It's like, I'm gonna just rock with who's ever. But I think we're at a point right now, people are getting exposed and you can't just affiliate with people like that. I think that the first time that the Drake lawsuit was filed, they ended up dismissing it, freedom of speech and all these different things. And I felt like, if you can't beat them, join them. And every time, Kendrick was very methodical in his approach. He won the war, not the battle. It's like to go from y'all saying we're big as a Super Bowl, and then Kendrick's like, oh, you're as big as a Super Bowl? I'm just going to play on a Super Bowl, and I'm going to perform this, and there's nothing that you can do about it. I think when they were going back to back, no pun intended, it was the most amazing rap battle as far as like timing. Like, yo, who's dropping? It was like Bombs Over Baghdad. And then when, I think that people expected Kendrick to go really slow. And then when he came back with Not Like Us, it's just like, like I wasn't expecting that one. Dropping Give Me 50, all that different stuff. But around that time, Drake said a lot of things allegedly about Dave Free messing with Kendrick's baby mom, mother of his child, Whitney, and is that really your baby? And, if you hitting her, these are all the things that you could say in a rap battle. You could say whatever it is, like Eminem and 8 Mile. Like, yo, imagine Eminem. Yo, what's crazy? Eminem is all the way white. You know what? I'm glad I'm talking about this right now. He all the way white. I'm talking about, he white. He really, really white. We know it ain't no mix up. It ain't no half, no nothing. Eminem never sued and he white. But Drake is half white and he sued. I'm just pointing that out. I don't know why, but like you watch 8 Mile and you see Eminem getting up in there dissing himself. Eminem pioneered dissing himself. He dissed himself. I wonder if Drake dissed himself. Would that be the way that he would see him winning the rap battle in his head? I don't know. That's just a different thing. But yeah, so basically Drake sues again. He had filed an appeal against a dismissed lawsuit for They Not Like Us. And Drake says he wants damages because he believes that the recording has made people to believe that he was actually a certified pedophile. Wop, 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 dot, fuck him up, wop, 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 nah. So to me, it sounds like Drake is wanting to sue UMG, Kendrick, They Not Like Us for people believing what he said. It's like, what did Charlamagne the God said? Why do people want the truth when the lie's more appealing? It's like, do we really know if Jim Jones ain't got no heat? Like, can we just say whatever? We're in an algorithm era, and right now it's just like who can go the most viral. So sometimes I'm looking at it like, I don't believe any of these things, but Drake's name is gonna stay in the headlines. And I feel like every time I get on the internet, all I keep saying is Drake was #1 on Spotify. It's like, we're at a point right now, like, do we really care? Like, because that used to define the music. Even ASAP Rocky was like, yo, like, we'll stop putting out a body of work because we don't feel like we have the numbers to support it. And I will say, for all of Drake's people that he still rocks with publicly, like The Game, 21 Savage, there's a lot of people from, I'm not going to say his camp or his team, that are putting out songs. He just got a lawsuit with, he got hit with a RICO with Aiden Ross, with Steak. And then it's crazy because it's like, you spend all this time trying to do all this stuff with Steak that you still suing. And I thought that Drake was making all this money from Steak. Oh, I'm like, if you're making all this money with Steak, allegedly, and if you did take a financial deficit, it's like, that mansion, maybe you just got to just humble yourself and do something different. You know what I'm saying? But it's weird because Kendrick came out like a hummingbird and just like a Gemini, shook things up and then just bounced. And the ramifications, the residue of Kendrick Lamar is all over this industry. Like all these tribes, like that whole Atlanta thing, that, matter of fact, I actually want to break that down. That They Not Like Us, those Like Us lyrics. Yeah, because I need to get to that part of the song when he breaks down the whole Atlanta thing. My bad, y'all. Not Like Us lyrics. Yeah. Okay. Because I feel like Kendrick actually manifested the Atlanta like demise. Not saying that it's a demise, because shout out to JID, shout out to Gunna. Oh yeah. On verse 3, once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homie still doubled down, calling us some slaves. Atlanta was the mecca, building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second. Let me put y'all on game. The settlers was using town folk to make them richer. Fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you. This the real nigga challenge. You call Future when you didn't hit the club. Lil Baby help you get your lingo up. 21 get your false street cred. Thug made you feel like you was slime in your head. Quavo said you could be from North Side. 2 Chainz said you good, but he lied. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you not a colleague. You a fucking colonizer. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody that he said, like Kendrick, woo, that man, GNX riding around sitting in the motherfucking with the tape deck. I done messed up the lyrics. My bad, y'all. I got that energy, Yesterday, somebody whacked out my mirror. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, stop all the fake shit, y'all. Like, stop it, y'all. Like, people is suing. People like it's nasty outside. It's real nasty outside. Every day I get on the internet, I see something different, and it's just like, yo, like, just take your ass whooping like a G. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the same time, even speaking about Young Thug went to jail because of lyrics that incriminated him. So it's like, how can we even talk about freedom of speech? Because my thing is this: if this does go through with it, then you're going to have to unpack and undo a lot of different things, because the same thing that you want UMG and Kendrick and They Not Like Us to pay you because of the lyrics, you could say, where's the imagination? Where's the freedom of speech? Like, if a person writes a movie script, they're not being held to the same ramifications, but it's like, we can't keep sliding the goalpost, yo. It's just annoying, and I don't know what's going on, but the Iceman album, I don't know if it's a fear of the numbers not being able to match up or not being able to inflate them. I don't know what's going on, but what doesn't come out in the dark comes out in the light. If it don't come out in the wash, it's gonna come out in the rinse. If you can't heal what you don't reveal, and your vibe attracts your tribe. If you ain't got good energy, keep your ass inside. Look, if you really gang, bang that like button, turn on your post notifications, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what y'all think about Drake suing again. Do y'all think that this is going to be the end? I think it's convenient timing because the Grammys is coming up. And I have no idea. I don't think that they're going to let Whips and Chains be performed, but the Clips are performing at the Grammys, and I'd be very interested in seeing how this year is going to be. So I wouldn't be surprised if we keep hearing more and more about Drake. But like I said, you're tuning into the Tasmania Show with Taz Tycoon. If you really gang, bang that like button. Let's go.
Tycoon running up the score, Tazzy's baddies on the floor. And that ass is super fatty, call me Zaddy, throw some more. Super nasty, she a savage, slaughter fucker like a whore. Popping bottles, foreign models, Tycoon on the world tour. Shorty, what you bad for? Turn this to a hit-a-thon. Damn, all your bitches bad, tell them they can come along.